26-year-old married mother of two, Erica Crippen Crosby, had been missing and feared dead. Many, including police, strongly believed her husband, Kyle Crosby, was responsible.
We knew it was him from the very first day.
After being on the run for days in Erica's car, Kyle was taken into custody on a child endangerment charge. When cops got a search warrant and opened the trunk, they found more than just a spare tire and a jack.
We opened the trunk and there are some objects in there which are not normal household objects. A shovel, a bag of cement, and fortunately for us, unfortunately for Kyle, a receipt from a Home Depot.
The receipt led investigators to surveillance video of Kyle coming out of the store with the items found in the trunk. But where was Erica? Cops had no idea, but they had enough circumstantial evidence to charge Kyle Crosby with her murder. Cops believe someone else also had knowledge of what happened to Erica. Kyle's mother, Jo Crosby.
Joe Crosby had way more to do with this.
Investigators realized there had been communication between Jo and Kyle in the early morning hours of New Year's Eve day, the same day Erica's communication with her family fell silent. Around 7 a.m., police believe Jo Crosby went to the apartment to watch the kids while Kyle ran errands. Allegedly, at one point, Jo told Erica's Aunt Sonia,
you know, it's not looking good for Erica.
By the time cops went to talk with Jo Crosby, she had deleted several of the texts between her and Kyle. Little did she imagine they would be recovered. What they revealed only heightened the suspicion. Jo wrote, "Please do not touch her in any way or form." 13 minutes later, Kyle sent a message that indicated he was not that stupid.
We felt that she was somehow complicit in assisting him or attempting to assist him in perhaps how and when to try to dispose of the body.
Cops arrested Jo Crosby and charged her with hindering apprehension and tampering with physical evidence by destroying records. Now, two Crosbys were in custody, but Erica's family was still desperate to find her body.
All we were begging was to know where she was. She deserved a proper burial.
Then a break. Everything investigators would need to know would be found in Erica's own car.
That's where really the case breaks.
In the vehicle's GPS system.
They were able to identify about 8,500 points. We called them breadcrumbs, stops that Kyle had made while driving the car.
Cops used the tracker to narrow the number down drastically and hone in on a more concentrated area.
Well, he was able to tell us that he went, spent some time in Maryland, and it appeared there was no reason for him to have stopped there based on the rural setting.
And allegedly, Kyle went into the car's GPS and manually typed in notes for certain spots. Cops found notations like IDK for I don't know and maybe. Were these clues to where Kyle could have buried Erica's body?
And I don't know or maybe, what else could it mean?
Investigators searched and searched. Then, more than 2 months after Erica went missing and 50 yards from the side of the road, they found a body bound with electrical cord under a pile of branches and tree limbs. It was Erica.
The way Erica was found indicated to me that she died a very violent death, with her hands tied behind her back to her feet, hog-tied. Her mouth and nose were duct taped shut.
Erica had also been strangled. When the family heard her body had been found, there were mixed emotions.
Now that she's found, that's a relief. Then like the next day is like, oh, she's dead. She's not coming back. Then you're sad.
I didn't know how to feel. She loved him and he did that to her. If she was dead, why did you duct tape her mouth?
Kyle never said exactly what happened that night, but cops believe he was high on drugs when they got into an argument. And unfortunately, that argument, unlike the ones before, ended with deadly results.
When I started cleaning her apartment out, I was going through all of the complaints and all of the calls, the 911s. I was sick. Like, oh my God, it was just so many of them. Like all this was happening and we didn't even know it.
Kyle ended up taking a plea deal, which meant he would spend 31 years behind bars, not eligible for parole until he was in his mid-50s. Erica's best friend Amaris didn't think it was a strict enough sentence.
If New Jersey had the death penalty, I would have rathered him die.
31 years, no, it's not enough.
And as part of the deal, the charges against Kyle's mom, Jo Crosby, were dropped.
She should have gotten jail time. This is your daughter-in-law, the mother of your grandchild, and she got off with nothing.
The day came when Kyle Crosby was going to be officially sentenced. Families from both sides were there. Emotions were high. And Kyle was going to speak publicly for the first time.
You know, I'm sorry for my actions. The actions I committed were not planned out. And the after effect caused me to panic. I was scared. And I acted in unexpected ways. The lasting impression has left an indelible mark on my heart. I miss Erica, my wife, terribly. And not only do I love my wife and our children, but her family as well as mine. My in-laws always treated me as if I was a member of the family. And hopefully one day you will find it in your hearts to forgive me.
As Kyle's family left the courtroom, Crime Watch Daily tried to get answers from Jo Crosby.
Can I get a reaction to the verdict? Anything you want to say to the victims, their families? Why did you help your son?
Now, Erica's family is left to deal with and heal from their loss.
The only thing I have is memories. And I hope that those memories I have, I can, always share that with her kids.
Since her murder, Erica's oldest daughter, Amira, has gone to live with her biological father. And Sonia and Kanye have adopted Kaylee and are focused on raising her like Erica would have.
Hi, Pocket. High five. Yay!
While keeping her spirit alive.
Erica had shared with me that if anything should ever happen to her, she wanted to be cremated, put into lockets so that her daughters can wear them around their neck to have them closer to their heart so that she can be with them forever.
The family misses Erica and wonders why she stayed in that tumultuous situation.
She wanted to create that image, that family life.
I think she was a point in her life that she needed that. She just did it with the wrong person.
And their advice to others in a similar situation?
Be honest with your family. There are signs in the beginning of every relationship. And if you don't act on those signs, people don't change. And don't be afraid to leave.